Next, we have got participative management and empowerment. In participative management and empowerment, employees are given a voice in how they do their jobs and how the company is managed. They become empowered to make greater responsibility for their own performances. Not surprisingly, participation and empowerment make employees feel more committed to organizational goals they have helped to shape. Participation and empowerment can be used in large firms or small firms, both with managers and operating employees. For example, managers at General Electric who once needed high level approval for any expenditure over $5,000 have the autonomy to make their own expense decision up to as much as $50,000. At Adam Hat Company, a small firm that makes men's dress, military, and cowboys hats, workers who previously had to report all products defects to the supervisors now have the freedom to correct problems themselves or even return the products to the workers who were responsible for them. It certainly gave them great boost. Team management. At one level, employees may be given the decision making responsibility for certain narrow activities, such as when to take lunch breaks, how to divide assignment with co workers. On a broader level, employees are also being consulted on such decisions as production scheduling, work procedures, schedules, and the hiring of new employees. Among the many organizations actively using Teams today, Texas Instrument, Lucent Technologies, and Ford Motors Company have done the great things. Although some employees thrive in participative programs, such programs are not for everyone. Many people will be frustrated by the responsibilities for which they are not equipped to handle. Moreover, participative programs may actually result in dissatisfied employees if workers see the invitation to participate as more symbolic than substantive. One key says, well, most experts believe that it is to invite participation only to an extent that the employee want to have input. Sometimes when the employees don't want to have a greater level of participation, they should not be granted such a greater level of participation because the input will not be effective. Managers therefore should remember that the teams are not for everyone. Levi Strauss, for example, encountered a major problem when he tried to use teams. Individual workers previously performed repetitive, highly specialized tasks such as sewing zippers into jeans and were paid according to the number of jobs they completed each day. In an attempt to boost productivity, company management recognized everyone into a team of 10 to 35 workers and assigned tasks to the entire group. Each team member's pay was determined by the team's level productivity. In practice, however, faster workers became resentful of slower workers because they reduced the group's total output. Slower workers, meanwhile, resented the pressure put on them by faster workers and uh, faster working co workers. As a result, there was dissatisfaction on the part of the greater workers and the lesser workers. By and large, our participation and empowerment in general has both effects. Sometimes the team management has got the greatest of the effect, on the other occasions, it does not so. Well, whatever the employee is working over there, one should not be pressured. If someone is pressurized uh, beyond the limit, beyond the capability, it will not provide good results. Well, there are efficient workers and then there are passive workers. Well, efficient workers always get the greatest of the salaries, the wages, the compensation, while the passive workers do feel themselves satisfied with the lower salary, lower income, lower compensation. But when they all get compacted into a single team, then the pressure rises on those passive workers. And the active workers, in fact, pressurize the passive workers to work harder, to work quicker, and be an active part of the team. Well, this is where it aggrieves the passive workers, the slow workers, because whatever the salary, whatever the compensation, whatever the uh, payment they were getting, they were satisfied on it. And now, just to help boost the team, help the active workers, help the fast workers, they are pressurized, and this is what they believe is an overburden on them. So, yes, the teamwork has got its benefits, but under circumstances, teamwork has also got some harms as well. So, one should keep along going with the company the way it can perform better results. That's all for the day. Bye bye. Take care. See you tomorrow.